as soon as they morph. Interesting game indeed, as corruptors are starting to flood in from every possible direction, and it is going to be a very massive battle right here. The BC's got to be careful. Corruptors should use their corruption ability. I guess they don't have enough energy though. Oh, and it looks like that is going to be enough corruptors for Dimaga. He's even researching Neuroparasite, keep in mind, but does he even need to? I would argue not. Well, with this fungal growth going to lock down the BCs and the Vikings, and the Hydras and Corruptors to boot. Dimaga transitioning into that Spire as soon as he saw the BCs, instead of getting the Neuroparasite, really massing those out, and now the Battlecruisers have met their maker. Corruptors in that large amount of numbers can take out BCs very, very easily. Jinro now is the one in a lot of trouble. He has 79 harvesters, so much more harvesters, but really his income, it's only double that of Dimaga, which I guess is still quite deadly, a lot more macro than Dimaga has. But Dimaga right now has the army to make up for that. He's got 141 supply right now. He looks like he's going to try to barrel through these rocks. It's going to be a tall order. SCVs are like, oh, I can repair the rocks, and not really, or the destructible debris, whatever you call it. And the Ultras are going to make their way in, and this is going to half the economy of Jinro. This is really Jinro's only truly mining base right now, and it is going to go down to all these Ultras and Hydras and even infested Terrans as well, and that is going to be a huge hit to Jinro's economy. Dimaga here is starting to pull back into this game with those mass corruptors, and thankfully for Jinro, he does have some Thors, and Thors can deal with the Corruptors and Ultralists and Hydras alike. That really is the only unit that Jinro can hope to build right now. He's also got a lot of Vikings as well to deal with the Corruptors. So right now, let's take a look. The Zerg main has been absolutely obliterated. The Zerg natural has been absolutely obliterated. All that the Zerg player Dimaga is on right now, he's trying to rebuild his lair, for goodness sake. He has this third base, he has this fourth base, and he has the gold. The Terran player has just recently lost this base, and Dimaga trying to claim his own flag, stake his own ground right there. It looks like really Dimaga has full map control right now, and the only mining base for Jinro right here is this natural expansion, which is about to run dry. So, I mean, the one thing Jinro has is a lot of bank. He doesn't have much gas, but he has a lot of minerals banked up. So, I guess he could pump out a bunch of Marines if he wanted to, but I just don't know how effective that'll be. Maybe a bunch of missile turrets as well. He's at 172 supply right now. Dimaga is at 178. So both players really kind of even, but Dimaga has more gas, he has more minerals, he has more bases. And very soon, unless Jinro, I like how he's shelling this expansion from the high ground above. This is what he needs to do. He needs to take out these expansions and reclaim lost ground if he wants to get back into this game, because very soon he's going to get out macroed by the Zerg player. And now the Corruptor's going to come in and pick off several of these Vikings and the command center as well. Overlord's dropping off Ultralisks down onto the Thor and siege tanks. Ouch. That is not a good position for Liquid Jinro, who has just lost his forward position, and that means Dimaga is going to start to mine away happily at this expansion. This game is just getting to the land of epic. It's just gone for so long. What is Jinro doing here with this sneaky dropship in no man's land, just like in outer space? It looks like he's going to try to drop onto this expansion down here. New Evo chamber trying to be erected. Meanwhile, it looks like Ultralisks and Corruptors trying to push onto these rocks, and how did these rocks get... Oh yeah, these aren't the same rocks. I was about to say, how did these rocks get repaired? But those are not the same rocks as these right here. It looks like Jinro, is he going to drop these siege tanks off? That could be a nice little help if he can shell away some of these drones. Looks like we have Dimaga transitioning downwards into Roach Baneling now, as he realizes that at the moment Jinro's just got walls that he can bust with his Banelings, and of course Jinro, all he has is a bunch of minerals, so he could just pump out mass Marines, and Banelings could do very well against that as well. Jinro, with mass Marine, mass Battlecruiser, mass Viking, SCVs, and Thors, still has a formidable army on the ground, and very soon, if he can push out and take out this expansion and reclaim it, then he can be in a pretty strong position and get himself some economy rolling. But really, Dimaga, woof, 5,000 minerals, 2,600 gas. My goodness, he can just continue to pump and swarm units like no other. And here we go. The Ultra's gonna run straight into those Thors, but the Battlecruiser's using their Yamato cannon onto the Ultralisks. But there are so many Corruptors. We even have some mind control being used as well. And it looks like the Ultras are gonna get taken out. And it looks like, oh my goodness, Dimaga is gonna lose all of his Corruptors. And Jinro, with just pure Terran Mass Terran, just, I don't even know what to call it, just balls to the wall, push forward, and take out everything. Punch the fist through the metal has just pushed away and taken out all of the Zerg players' forces, and now gonna hightail all of his SCVs to start repairing the Terran metal. And Jinro right there, that is exactly what he needed to do. He needed to trade with the Zerg army, and he needed to take out an expansion. He needs to take out one more, though, to be even. He really does. He's bringing his SCVs to help repair, which is pretty much consuming all the leftover gas he has. And his army count, 129. The Zerg player at 102 is desperately trying to rebuild right now. Jinro gonna try to push in, and oh, Command Center trying to land at the hatchery there. As you guys can see, it looks like Jinro is going to take out this expansion right now quite easily with his massive Terran metal army from the ground and the air. More Vikings and Ravens coming in. The hatchery is going to fall. We have 41 Hydralisks pumping out for the production tab for Dimaga, and I don't know if Hydralisks are going to do that well against all these Thors and SCVs constantly repairing them. I don't think this is the right unit composition. He does have some ultras though. So, wow, this game is just getting real epic. Both players have traded so many bases thus far. I can't count the number of times that Jinro has lost his base only to reclaim it in the last final seconds. Looks like Dimaga is going to try to set up a trap right outside of Jinro's front door. Oh, Jinro using that 250mm cannon against the Ultralisk, and all the Hydras just kind of barreling in, not attacking. They need to attack. There we go. Trying to get into a concave position to attack all of these Vikings and battle cruisers, and it looks like it's going to be real close. The Yamato cannon being used on the infestors, and somehow, someway, Jinro holds. Jinro holds against all the Zerg forces trying to flood their way in. And Dimaga's bank now is actually starting to run low. 2,000 minerals, no gas. Jinro's bank is at 5,400 minerals. All he needs is gas right now. He doesn't even care about minerals at this point in time. He just needs to land as many command centers as he can once that creep recedes, of course, and start to mine that gas like no other. I cannot believe that Jinro, I thought for sure he lost this game when all those corruptors came out and just hard countered all of his BCs, but somehow, some way, he was able to push out, take out this expansion, which is what he needed to do, and then continue to roll forward with that Terran mech and take out this expansion as well, hold his ground against the Zerg advancing army, and here we go, Dimaga trying once again against all odds to take out the Terran army. He does have those ultras and corruptors. Looks like he is going to take out all the BCs, but the tanks are shelling those ultras to no end, and it looks like Dimaga is going to take out this last tank as well. Oh my goodness, is Dimaga going to actually take out this command center, try to reclaim lost ground? I think right now this may be the very final mining base. Oh, but Jinro GG's out of the game. Wow, I did not expect Jinro to GG out of that. I mean, he had all these meals mining for the longest time, and I don't think he was really out of that game at that moment, although, you know, there's a lot of corruptors and hydras. I don't know. I think he could have pumped out more, but he was about to lose this expansion, and if he lost this expansion, then really he has no other income left over. So, and of course the Zerg player still has this expansion right here and kind of this expansion right here. Wow, what an epic game right there. One of the longest 1v1s I've cast in a long time here on Scrap Station. Every base being utilized, and unfortunately this dropship there never really saw any action. If only he had landed a couple tanks right here, or something, he really could have roasted up a lot of these drones. But anyways, what an epic game, what an epic 1v1 between Liquid Jinro and Dimaga, and I hope you guys enjoyed that broadcast, and of course stay tuned for more. HD signing out.